Are you in need of some posture help? Well, if you are, which you are, everybody needs some help. Watch this video because I'm sharing with you 15 posture fixing exercises.
Let's go.
Hey, welcome to the Criticalbench channel. I'm Coach Brian, one of the strength coaches here at the compound. Now, 15 exercises that are gonna fix your bad posture. But before I share with you these posture exercises, you need to know if you actually have good posture or not. So we developed a self-assessment that you can use to test your posture. Simply go underneath this video in the comment section. We're gonna pin the link that's gonna send you over to this self-assessment. So please take that, and then you're gonna be able to address your posture better. So posture is one of those things that a lot of us, honestly, all of us need help with, especially those who sit at a desk a lot or text or scroll through social media. We all need help with our posture. Fixing our posture is actually rather simple, but first, again, you need to make sure you know where your posture is currently, so take that self-assessment. But not only that, you need to also know which muscles need to be strengthened or stretched, and I'm gonna show you all that in the next few minutes here. What you're gonna need for the first 5 exercises or stretches, mobility moves, whatever you call it, is a dowel. I have a PVC pipe here. You can go to your hardware store, to the plumbing section, get a PVC pipe. You can get a broomstick. I think that's really all you got, maybe a pool cue, I don't know. But I've got a dowel here. So the first 5 exercises in this video are with this. And then we're gonna move away from the dowel and go into some mini bands and then some stuff with a wall. All right, so all these 15 exercises, you don't have to necessarily do them. You can pick and choose which ones you want to do, and I'm gonna go through each exercise and pretty much say what it does. So this one is the number one, I shouldn't say number one, it's the first one that we're gonna start with. It's called a dowel pull through. So get your hands wide, pull your hands back. Now this is gonna open up your chest, your shoulders, and a little bit of your upper back. So if you're suffering from a tight chest, most men have tight chests. The reason why we have this is because we have that barrel chest is when we do this, you know, whether it's from excessive bench pressing or pushing, or we're just not used to having our shoulders pulled back. This is a great exercise to start with to really open up that chest and get those shoulders lubricated. Right there, good. So let's move into the next exercise. All of these need to be done slow and controlled. You set the reps, maybe it's 5 reps, 10 reps to start, or just go for time, whatever your body needs at that moment. So we got pull throughs. Next one, we're gonna go through overhead press. So kind of in the same position, you can move your hands a little closer and simply press straight up. All the way up overhead, try to lock those elbows. As you're coming down, you're trying to pull the dowel apart. Now I know you can't see me pulling apart, but I'm trying to pushing my hands out to the edge of the bar. So pushing straight up, lowering down, pulling apart. That's gonna open up the chest as well, but it's also gonna open up the shoulders even more. Especially when you get up here, you're gonna feel a little bit of tightness in that upper back, those shoulders. Totally normal, just go through it. Right there. One more for fun. Slow and controlled. Again, don't use these as strength exercises or power movements. These are mobility exercises to help fix your posture and help you feeling good. Next one, we're gonna go through some halos. So you can start in this position here. You're gonna kind of go around the world like this. This is gonna really articulate those shoulders. A lot more shoulders on this one, not so much of the chest, but definitely with those shoulders. Now for this one, you wanna make sure your chin is tucked in and you're going slow and controlled. Now go obviously the opposite direction. You might even start feeling your lower body move a little bit to help stabilize. That's fine. You can call these around the world, halos, whatever you want to call them. Perfect, right there. All right, so next one, yeah, feeling good. Now we're gonna be strengthening the upper back. So we know we have a tight chest. What we need to do to counteract that is actually strengthen our posterior muscles. So if you're here, that means your chest is tight. These muscles back here are weak, so we need to strengthen those back muscles. So take that dowel again. It's almost like a standing bench press. So if you're familiar with the bench press, you want the elbows, hands directly in front of the elbows. So here you're gonna push all the way up, but now watch, I'm rounding my back. And then as I pull in, Chin comes up, chest pops up, elbows get pulled back, round. So this is just the dowel row, high pull, whatever you want to call it. We're protracting and retracting those shoulder blades. So when I let go of this dowel, I'm in this position here, chin is tucked, chest is open. Now I'm actually feeling a little bit taller and a little bit healthier because I'm not in this position right here. So what we're doing is reinforcing good posture right there. All right, so that's number 4. Moving into the 5th one is the wall slide. This one is a little tricky, definitely gonna hit those shoulders pretty hard. Now we're gonna start going into our thoracic spine, which is that middle part of your back. You have your cervical column, your thoracic spine, and then your lower lumbar. You need your thoracic spine to be mobile. So everything needs to start working independently. It's just because that's how the body's designed. And this is one of those exercises that's really gonna elongate the spine and get things working independently. So take a look at my feet real quick. Okay, I'm about a foot, maybe a foot and a half off the wall. Yep, there we go. Soft bend in the knees. I'm pushing my lower back to the wall. So there's a very small gap between my lower back and the wall. So that's your starting position. Get the dowel back up overhead, behind the shoulders. Now this might be challenging in itself for you right here. If it's too challenging, get your hands out wider. And then you're gonna find wherever works for you. And now the whole point of this is to keep the hands and the elbows flat on the wall and push all the way up overhead. I'm sure you've seen this in some of our previous videos here on our channel. If you're not subscribed to our channel, now would be a great time to hit that subscribe button because we have thousands of other videos just like this one that I know you're gonna find helpful. So please give us, or hit that subscribe button and join our team with us. So this is just that wall slide with the dowel. Taking your time, working through this. Reach up as high as you can. Eventually, once you start increasing mobility, the hands are gonna be coming closer, but again, you gotta go through the checkpoints. You gotta keep those hands and wrists, or excuse me, hands and elbows on the wall. See, I can't. My limit is probably right here. I can go wider, that's easier, but if I go here, now I'm losing that range of motion in my shoulders. So I need to improve my posture just as you do. So you have to make sure you're aware of these checkpoints, these tips or these technique guidelines, if you will, to make sure you're doing these correctly. So we just did 5 with the dowel. Let's scrap the dowel, and now we're gonna start moving into just the basic wall exercises using nothing but your body weight and the wall. We're gonna start with a wall angel. So same position as that dowel overhead press. Feet a couple inches or maybe a foot off the wall, knees slightly bent. Now you're gonna wanna make sure you do a chin tuck so your head and shoulders are flat on the wall, right here. Your chin is tucked in. You're gonna have your arms out to the side. Now we're gonna move like an angel, so down like you would in the snow, all the way up. Keeping those hands flat on the wall. Now this is pretty much my range of motion. It's not as good as it should be, but I'm working towards it. Even strength coaches and functional movement specialists like me could improve our posture. And that's why you need to make sure you test your posture. So again, please, if you haven't already, go underneath this video in that pinned comment and take that posture assessment test. So like right there, my hands are coming up off the wall. If I was to grade myself, I would not say this is good. Might be better than yours, it might be worse than yours, but I know where I need to improve, and that's why I do these exercises. So this is the wall angel. Go to where you're able to go and work through it. Again, all of these 5, 10, 15 reps, slow and controlled. You just gotta make sure you're doing that correctly. So next one is a chin tuck to chin release. So casual position, head and shoulders flat on the wall. Now what I'm doing, I'm tucking my chin in. I'm gonna go quiet for a second because I need to focus on strengthening these muscles right in here. So right here, pushing back and then releasing. Because what's happening is over time when we're in this position, that forward head position, the weight of your head actually shifts and causes a lot more strain on your lower back. So what you need is that head to be directly in line, stacked on top of your spinal column. And this is one of those exercises to help strengthen your neck, pull it back. So if you know you have this, you need to be doing this. So what I'm doing is an isometric press against the wall, strengthening these muscles right here, holding this for 5 to 10 seconds, then release it. Now I'm not jamming my head back into the wall as hard as I can. I'm just going to the point where I'm like, all right, I actually feel my muscles tense up. Perfect. That's your wall chin tuck. Now flip on around, we're gonna go to a wall protraction, retraction. So you're gonna get pretty much shoulder width apart, lean into the wall, and now with those arms extended, you're gonna protract. So that just means you're pushing your body away from the wall, and now you're gonna sink your chest into the wall. It might take a little bit to get used to. As you can see, my shoulders are doing all the movement. Now you might feel like one side is easier than the other. Totally normal. That just shows you or lets you know that there is a muscular discrepancy, that one side is not doing what it should or needs some help with strength or even range of motion. So right here, protraction, retraction. All we're doing is getting that shoulder girdle to glide as it should. You should have good range of motion in this way, not only this way as well. So if you feel like a lot of tension like this, you need to also strengthen that retraction. So that's why you're here, put your hands down, now you're in this position. If you're constantly in this position, your chest is tight, the back is weak, you need to push that body into that position so the body can start sending signals to the brain saying, hey, this is what it feels like to be in this position. And if you start integrating the movements, which you're about to see with the mini bands, that's when you start strengthening your posture, and then you're gonna eliminate bad posture, obviously. Okay, right there. Okay, so that takes care of the third wall exercise. Now the next two that we're gonna do, you gotta flip back around. Now we're doing a wall press. So now we're gonna start focusing a little bit more of strengthening the back muscles to really fix your posture. So assume the same position with the feet about hip width apart, shoulder width apart right there, soft bend in the knees. What I'm doing now, I'm going through that chin tuck. This one's a little bit tough because you're engaging your core as well to help stabilize. So you really got to go through the checkpoints of your feet, your knees, your hips. Your lower back should still have a slight gap between the lower back and the wall. Head and shoulders flat. Chin is tucked. Now I want you to reach down towards the floor. So you're lowering, depressing your shoulder blades down, taking the palms of your hand, putting them flat on the wall, keeping everything tight. Now you're pushing your hands into the wall for an isometric press. Release. Now what you don't want to have happen is as you're pressing, the chest comes up like this. You want to keep everything in that starting position, shoulders depressed, hands flat on the wall, press. Now if you're having a hard time keeping the lower back, go all the way down. This is kind of like the cheat position, but I know you're going to be starting off in a little bit of a difficult position, so I want to make this as easy as possible for you. So get your feet all the way out. Now, there is no lower back arch. It's eliminated, and that's fine because I really want you to fix your posture here. And if we have to go back a few steps to get this done right, that's fine. So right here, okay, I feel stabilized, I feel under control. Push, isometric squeeze, 5 seconds, release. So what this does is strengthen not only your lower back, but your core to fix your posture so you can be upright. So now your shoulders are able to breathe and be pulled back. Now let's kind of switch gears a little bit. We're gonna go into another stretch and then we're gonna grab that mini band and finish off this video. So now let's just say like, all right, I feel like I'm strengthening, but my chest is so tight. I need to open up my chest a little more. This one might be one of your go-tos. It's a simple chest opener. The goal of this is to get the shoulder on the wall. So that might look like this. That's all we're doing right here. I'll flip around obviously, but you wanna get your chest opened up as much as possible. Now, if you're feeling like, hey, I can do this all day, take this hand, open it up there. So if I was to stand upright, it would be kind of like this, opening up one side at a time. Right there, lean into it, start here, open up. Yep, chin up. Okay, let's flip around the other side. Start here, sink that wall into that wall. open that up. Hold that for 5, 10, even 30 seconds is plenty good. It just feels great. I enjoy that because it opens up my biceps, opens up the pecs, and it just gets you feeling like a little bit more like, all right, I can move a little bit. So again, if I'm losing you with all these, because we've just covered 10 exercises, pick and choose some of these, if not all of them, and work through it. But again, you have to address your posture. You have to know where you're at on the level of if my posture is good or not. So again, please, can't stress it enough, go underneath this video, click that pin link in the comment section, take that a self-assessment for your posture. All right, so you're gonna need a mini band for these because some of these are strengthening exercises. So you don't need a heavy resistance band, a mini band. It can even be a resistance bungee or one band. It doesn't need to be a mini band. I like mini bands because they're easy to use. Light resistance, unless you're super strong, then you can go a little heavier, but I like to start off with the lightest because again, we're fixing bad posture muscles, so we need to strengthen weakened muscles. So the first exercise, and again, go to your level of comfort. All these are with the intent of strengthening weak muscles, so we're gonna start with some basic strengthening exercises. So we've got our mini band, one step ahead of you, let's back up. So I got right here, feed through, crisscross. Now you got the letter X, okay? Let's do it again. One of my favorite go-to posture fixing exercises right there. You're gonna put your hands on your thighs, round the shoulders, so you're protracting your shoulder blades. So look at my back, upper back here, and then all of a sudden, in one movement, I'm bringing my chest up, opening up my shoulders, opening up my chest, pulling back there. Chin is tucked, round. Okay, you're almost slightly depressing your shoulders, protracting your shoulder blades forward, retracting, elevating your shoulders, right there. So really exaggerate this movement because this is the position you want to be in. A good anatomically correct position. Chin is tucked in, the head is stacked on top of the spine, strengthening all those muscles needed to maintain good posture. Good. 5 reps of that is good, 10's better. That's one of those exercises that I kind of integrate into all my workouts, you know, mostly upper body, just to open up and finish off and keep my posture in check. So keep the mini bands. We're gonna do some pull aparts. So get your band just like this right here. You're just gonna look upright, shoulder blades are depressed and retracted. So retracted is pulled back, depressed just means they're pulled down. So now I'm just gonna pull apart. That's it, small movements, not shrugging, pulling with my hands. Now I'm not trying to do anything weird with my hands. Right here, that's all I'm doing. Small movements, high reps on this one. If you wanna go 15, 20 reps at a time, I think I just did maybe 8 or so and that's already burning. Take your time with this. Don't try to force it. Again, we're strengthening weak muscles, so you need to make sure that you're doing everything under control and with perfect form. That's gonna strengthen those muscles all within the shoulders to be able to stand upright, but also still be able to use your arms in this position. All right, we're still moving along. We're almost done, but I know you're finding this helpful. And if you have found this video helpful so far, go underneath this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button too, and drop me a comment. And hey, if you really like this video, share it with somebody. So let's finish off. We're gonna do some protraction, retraction. The first one's a low row. So get that band back on here. You're gonna kind of extend the arms down, and then as you're pulling in here, shoulders are depressed, elbows are pulled back, chin is tucked, right there. So you're replicating the low row like you would on a machine or a cable, like if you're just doing a back strengthening exercise. But when you're applying outward pressure on here, that is where the change is gonna take place. I mean, you can pull here, that's not fixing your posture muscles, that's just strengthening your back. You need to have those hands pried apart. Even holding this is challenging. But now if you integrate this, ooh, that's a much different story right there. So keep your hands shoulder width apart, reach out, pull in. Chin is still tucked. Yeah, I'm burning already. That's a tough one. So that's your low row. We've got the high row, which is pretty similar. So if you want to grab like this, that's fine. You can keep it around the wrist, that's fine as well. just gonna do this so it doesn't slip off. So very similar to what we did with the dowel, as you're pulling apart, those elbows stay high, and then you're pushing straight out. I'll show you from all different angles. So retract or protracting the shoulders, chin is still tucked, retracting here, elbows stay up, bringing the band to the chin, back out. Yeah, keep those elbows up. Now, a lot of clients that I've worked with, even athletes, there's a good chance you have a bum shoulder, whether it's from a torn rotator or a frozen shoulder, or you're just extremely dominant on one side. Maybe you were an overhead thrower with baseball or something like that. So you might want to do this one in front of a mirror, because what's going to happen is, I've seen this too many times where it's going to look like something like this. One side's going to be able to get so much higher. Now you might not see this, you might feel like it's the same, but what you need to do is get in front of a mirror, make sure both sides are symmetrical. I hope mine are. I mean, I work hard on trying to keep things symmetrical, but that's where you need to be. Good. Keeping that pull apart. So for number 15, I know this video is a little lengthy, but I really want you to get the most out of this video. So hopefully I took my time well enough that you understood it all. Now the last exercise is a straight arm overhead pull apart, whatever you want to call it. But you're going to get back into this position here, right there, outward tension. Start on the hips, chin is tucked, tailbone is slightly tucked, chest is up, shoulder blades pull back. Now we're going to go up overhead as best as we can. So right here, outward tension, right there. Make sure those elbows are extended, back down nice and slow. Now, if this doesn't feel natural, like you're like, coach, this just doesn't feel right. I feel like I'm doing it incorrectly. My back's all jacked up, and go over to the wall. There's nothing wrong with doing this. Same movement here, but at the wall. Even I could use a little bit of help with this. So again, if you just want to do it right off the wall, it's fine. Outward tension, I'll show you from the side angle. We'll do one more. Perfect. Hey, thanks for watching this video on the 15 must-do posture fixing exercises. All throughout this video, I talked about this posture self-assessment test. I need you to go take it. Please, if you care about your posture and want the most for your health, go take that test right now. Underneath this video, I'm gonna pin the link in the comment section. So scroll down underneath this video, hit that link, take that test, and then learn what you need to do to fix your posture. Not only that, hit that subscribe button as well. Drop me a comment or a question and give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to come back next time for some more great content. I'm Coach Brian here with Critical Bench. Have a great day.